Hello everyone, welcome to this special interview on James Network, my channel. Today we have someone who's been on the Today Show Cooking. He also started in iCarly as Nevel. We have Reed Alexander. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, it's great to be here. I feel like we should shake hands.
Shake hands, it's more professional.
It's more official, now we can begin the interview.
Now we can. So you're the first major star on this channel.
I feel very distinguished.
So that's like
I'm very lucky. It's a big privilege for me, and I'm very happy to be here. I think you guys do a great job.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
So I have a couple questions.
Okay.
So first I want to ask, because a lot of people of my generation know you as Nevel from iCarly.
Right.
So do you have any stories from backstage or any funny things you would like to reveal?
do. I have so many stories. People always used to ask me if Jerry, who played Spencer, was as funny off camera as he was on. And the answer was conclusively yes. I mean, he is incredibly talented, and he would play such funny jokes off screen. Dan Schneider, our creator and executive producer, probably the most gifted and prolific kids television show creator of all time. He would run up behind us in the middle of takes and scare us to death just to see if he could get a reaction out of us. So, fun stuff like that, all the way to playing Rock Band and Xbox in the green room. We would have a great time, and we were definitely a very close-knit group, so I really enjoyed those years.
I'm guessing you're still in touch with them?
All of them, yeah, absolutely. We don't always get to see each other as much as we may like, because we're in different cities and different places, but I'm certainly in touch with them, and I support them all the way. I wish I could see them more when we're in California or New York. We definitely try, but it's hard given that, sometimes we're so geographically far apart. I live in New York now. I have for the past 4.5 years. Most of them live in California, so we do our best.
Yeah. So that's about iCarly. That's a secret about iCarly. But not that many people know about. So cooking. Cooking is a big part of your life.
Huge, yeah.
So how did you first get into cooking?
When I was about 14 or 15 years old, I had grown up, watching cooking shows on television and very interested in food generally. But I was not from a home where we would cook, ever. We were like the takeout, ordering kind of family. My parents were working all the time. They're both lawyers, so they were always either in court or in the office. And what that meant was nobody was in the kitchen. Nobody was really making an effort to think about what could we eat that was healthy and good for us. And, at a young age, I was eating all the wrong things. I was eating junk food and sugar and making generally very poor choices.
Even though that's still fun to eat. Because everyone
so
knows.
much fun to eat, and everybody knows, as you know, James, that I love frozen
yogurt.
So I haven't given that up. But my point being that I really had to change up generally how I was eating, what I was eating, and I wanted to feel better about myself, feel more confident, feel a little healthier. So I got into the kitchen when I was like 15. I was living in California at the time. And I just literally started experimenting. And I remember we used to pick up boxes of different kinds of pastas or pizza dough and all this, and I would try making my own homemade dishes that were things that I like to order in restaurants or, have off of menus. But I wanted to see, can I make them with less fat, less sugar, can I make them higher in fiber, higher in whole grain, what have you, so that I can have all these things that I like, including dessert, but not feel bad about them. So I made this big effort, and it worked, and I lost about 15 pounds. And then from there, I joined the Clinton Foundation and their Alliance for a Healthier Generation.
You met Hillary?
No, never met Hillary, but I met President Clinton. He actually wrote the quote on the cover of my cookbook, which was incredible, that came out a few years later.
That is
met Chelsea, sat on some panels with her, and went to speak at conferences, traveled across the country to speak at schools, renovated healthy recipes for 20,000 public schools, 30 million students across the country, changed what they were eating. Started cooking on the Today Show and BBC Radio. I was a contributor, so I was doing all this in the food space, and in 2013 came out with my first cookbook. So, it has been a huge part of my life, and I continue to love eating. Everybody knows that. I love to eat as much as I love to cook. Right, exactly. Well,
if you
some
don't eat,
people,
you'll die.
don't eat it. Some people don't think as obsessively about food as I do. It's a big fascination for me. But I've had a lot of fun getting to speak to people all across our country, and even around the world. I've gone overseas and lived in foreign countries and taken my message with me, and hopefully gotten to touch a lot of people with that.
We'll get back to foreign countries in a bit because I do want to talk about that.
I know you have some kind of special plan in store,
I have
right?
one more question, one more big one. So, these experiences as a actor or journalist, because you do write.
Yeah, I am very much into journalism. That's
Yes,
right.
you are
That's my
very much
new future and my set of interests.
Yeah,
now.
you want to be a
journalist.
A journalist. And so, I'm an actor too.
Terrific.
As you know.
High five. How great is that?
It is great. But also, how are these experiences being on live TV? Like, this is not live TV. But how?
What up?
How
that
is
wasn't
it,
live.
That wasn't live. That's not live. Okay. So how, like being on Today's Show cooking, do you feel pressure? And what's the planning process behind, like planning each time you're on the Today Show? How does it feel being on it? Are you scared? I'm guessing you're used to it. But what's the process?
Yeah, that's a really good question actually that nobody's really ever spent time asking me before. So that's a unique one. You know, going on the Today Show, going live, I think I've been on like 15 times on NBC.
Which is a lot.
Is really an honor, you know, and I know the hosts pretty well, Kathy Lee and Hoda. They're incredible people and big mentors for me. As a matter of fact, I just recently gave my commencement speech to the graduating class at NYU.
Oh, yeah.
And Kathy Lee Gifford is someone who, the last quote in the speech that I shared about life advice was from her, you know. So they're big impacts on my life. But in terms of going on with them, I think the first few times I was really anxious because you're going in front of like 3 or 4 million people live, it's instant, and my grandma would have these viewing parties with her friends at her house and invite, you know, 15 friends over from her card game and pick up like bagels and lox and have this big feast, and all I could think about was, oh my gosh, if I don't do a good job, all these women that my grandma invited are going to be very disappointed, you know? But honestly, now it doesn't scare me at all. I think I've really settled in with them. But the planning process to put on a 3 or 4 minute cooking segment can be months in the making. I mean, months. Once you figure out what you want to make and cook on the air, then you have to go through the process of working with the producers and liaising to figure out, you know, which dishes are we going to do, what are we going to cook versus what are we just going to show, what are our talking points about each dish, back and forth on email, communicating recipes. And you know, the NBC News team and most news teams in New York are very organized by and large, and they're really good at what they do, so they make the process as easy as they can.
I would assume they're
right, they're at the top of their game, you know, these are big places. But when you get to the show, it's really the last 24 hours before the segment that become the most intense.
like a theater show, like before they go on for
pretty
the first
much, you know, because you have to make sure that the dress rehearsal that you have is as seamless as possible. So then, you know, you go and work with the team there. The unique thing about the Today Show is, as a cook, I don't have to bring anything to the show. They have a whole team that cooks all the food. They have incredible props and dishes. They set everything up for you. So literally, you walk into the kitchen that morning and you talk, and you're good to go.
And you eat.
Yeah, and you eat. Hopefully, if the food tastes good, which it always does. So the night before, you have your run through. Go over all the props and logistics, make sure that everything is in order, and then the next day you go live on the show. And I like to get there really early, and you always see celebrities in the green room. If I'm gonna have a 10:30 segment, I'll get there 8. You know, so 2.5 hours before is not like super early, like 2 a.m. But you know, you don't need to be there until later than that. The point being is, you know, it's a phenomenal place, and I always like to soak up the energy as much as I can, and then you go live, and it works out. So I've had a lot of fun with them.
Very interesting. Well, you're a very interesting person.
I hope
and you
so.
have,
I think
like,
you're pretty
a lot of
interesting
stuff.
and unique. You've done an incredible job on YouTube.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
So you were talking about countries.
Right.
You visit a lot of countries.
I do.
So we're going to play a game with food and countries.
Yeah.
Like food from different countries.
That sounds fun.
It's
It's two things that I like, travel and eating.
Yes,
so
see, perfect.
That sounds ideal.
So it's a game called Kahoot, and we're going to play that on our phones.
Cool.
Okay? Are you
I
ready?
like this. This sounds easier than like Xbox.
Oh, let's see how hard the questions are. Let's travel and eat.
All right, let's do this. Let's go on an adventure. Which of these foods
Which
are
of
from
the
Africa?
foods are from Africa? Oh. Fufu, rice and chicken. I'm saying. Don't say what you did. Oh.
Was I right?
Yep, you were right.
Yes!
Fufu, I said rice and chicken.
Alright, close enough.
Okay, Reed is winning. Which of these foods are not from Africa? Okay, it's not fufu. It's not fufu. Okay, oh, I got that wrong, didn't I? It's always red? Oh, no.
It's not red anymore.
Oh, you're winning. You're beating me so much.
This is hilarious.
Okay, this is I'm gonna get this because you just have to finish this.
Fair enough.
Okay, this is ooh. I don't know. Do you know? I guessed.
Confusing.
Oh, did you get that? Yep, you got it.
I got it.
You got it.
Yes.
Okay.
Killing it with the eating.
Okay. Oh. I got one right. I got one right.
You got it.
You got all of them right, but I got one right.
Well, that's terrific.
Which of these countries
I
is
thought
in
this was
Europe?
food. Is it also travel?
It's food and travel. Oh.
What?
I
mean, that's easy.
Okay, where's Uruguay?
Uruguay's in South America.
Oh, why did I think Uruguay was...
Okay.
See, I'm not good at
famous
geography.
food from Mexico.
Oh, Mexico. Oh no.
I mean, this is very subjective.
I almost said tortilla.
You know, I think that's subjective because that could be their most famous.
Yes.
But maybe it's
Well,
just
they're
one
both
thing.
good.
Yeah.
Which of these ingredients is in the
Ingredients
burger?
not spelled right. Like, what up?
Oh, come on. Why is it? Oh,
Oh,
I
this
think
is,
I
like,
know.
easy.
Someone said, if you said rice, I would know that.
You'd be disappointed. What if I said chocolate?
Huh?
What if I said chocolate?
If you said chocolate, I would have laughed. The hot dog has got a...
It's crazy.
Did you say sausage?
Yeah.
You're still beating me. You have to, the only way I can beat you if you get stuff wrong.
Okay.
So we both said sausage. What can you find on a barbecue? Say
Ribs.
Not ice cream?
No, I would hope not. I don't think it would last very long.
No, it wouldn't. Which of these recipes is typical from Austria?
I
don't
know this
know.
one.
I didn't know that.
I ate that.
Is
in
that
Vienna.
it's chocolate?
Yeah,
Is it really good?
Insane.
Oh,
Very
no, I want it.
famous.
I
We
want
can get it here in New York.
I'm gonna go run again.
We can get it. In New York.
Which of these ingredients is typical of Europe? I don't know.
I mean, that's a little like.
Well, lobster is typical of
Lobsters
Europe.
are everywhere.
Okay. You can't blame me for getting that one wrong.
I'm like a little suspicious of that question.
Which of these is not in Europe? Oh. Wait, no. Moscow is not in Europe.
Moscow's in Europe.
Wait, Moscow is in...
Peking means Peking, which means Beijing, the Chinese capital.
Okay, how...
That's in Asia.
Okay, I give
I've
up
been
on that.
there to Beijing.
I know,
by
but
the
no
way.
one calls it Peking. No one calls it... Do you call it Peking?
No.
Okay.
Beijing.
Beijing. If it said Beijing, I would say that.
Exactly.
This is,
spring rolls.
You said the answer.
Sorry.
Okay, got it. No, I got it
for
right
you.
now. Okay, who's winning? You're winning
Am
by...
I killing it?
Yeah, by almost half. This is... I knew you were going to win. This is, Oh, I knew that.
I ate this every weekend in Hong Kong.
Oh, it's really good.
Mhm.
I'm sorry. Usually couscous comes with... Oh, I know this. I know this. I don't know this. Oh, I just guessed.
This is a little odd.
This is... odd Kahoots are the more fun ones because then you rage more. I don't know.
Potatoes.
I said sausage. We both said
I
sausage.
don't think that's
You know what?
true.
We're right.
I don't think it's true that couscous comes with potato. Because that's two starches.
That would be annoying. Okay, we have a soup of fufu. It's
How
fufu
can I
again.
see this?
What is it? I'm guessing
I
fufu.
think it's chicken. It's fufu.
It's fufu. What
What
is
is
fufu? What is fufu? What is South American?
I mean, I'm not that impressed with these questions, honestly. I think they just
They're
make it
either
up.
hard.
I think they just make it up.
But they're either hard or easy. How many countries? I don't know that. You know?
No.
I'm gonna
I
say.
mean, because we can count.
Oh, I didn't count.
14?
I said 12. I said 12 too. You know what? We're right.
What is this?
The fidget is a typical form of. You should know this, I feel. Oh, it's in Brazil.
Yes!
Will I get one right that you get wrong? I don't think so.
It's okay. Ceviche position.
You're too good at this.
I'm not that good at
But
it.
you're better than
honestly.
me.
I don't think so.
What is that?
What? Ceviche position.
I said first.
That's so subjective. What if it was third? I mean, how can we
this
read
is
their
also
minds?
insane. Which Australian food is the most famous?
Kangaroo.
Kangaroo.
And they show you the kangaroo. Like,
They show you
anyone
the
said
kangaroo.
ostrich. Or
I thought it was
crocodile.
ostrich.
You know, that's big in South Africa.
Okay, this
What's
is
our
Africa.
favorite food from Australia?
What's oh?
It says snake.
It's crocodile. Vegemite. I remember Vegemite. I never.
Vegemite is not great.
So you won by 7,000 points.
Yes! Killing it with eating.
Well, thank you for being in this
Thank
video.
you so much. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it, and we learned some interesting things. You know?
We're not sure if they're true.
Right, we're a little skeptical, but we certainly had a good time.
It was fun.
It was great. Thank you.
Our champion, thank you for watching this video on James Network. Watch more, and see you guys next video. This has been James, David, and Reed Alexander.
That's me.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.